there, I'm Brittany and this is Lauren and we're two of Festival's dietitians, and today we have some really fun deviled egg recipes for you to try at your next party.
Yeah, so these are kind of a fun spin on the traditional deviled egg recipes. I feel like everybody has their go-to deviled egg recipe that they make for all the parties, all the celebrations, but today we're bringing 3 really unique and fun and lightened up ideas.
Totally. So traditional deviled egg fillings have the egg yolk with mayonnaise, maybe mustard, maybe some salt and pepper. So today we want to kind of make it a little bit different, mix it up a little bit, and add some lighter options and also some more creative options. So today we're doing 3 different styles. We have avocado bacon ranch, we have curried deviled eggs with red grapes, and then we have a Greek deviled egg. So we're actually going to get started with our Greek deviled eggs.
Yes, I think it's common knowledge now. We love Greek-inspired food.
Totally.
So
Mediterranean is one of our favorites. Okay, so all we've done so far is boiled some eggs and cut them in half. Now once you boil them and cut them in half, the yolks are really easy to pop out. So this is what we've had here, just set aside. And
I know too, like sometimes if I have eggs that are about ready to expire in the fridge, I usually just boil all of them.
Yes.
So this is a great recipe that you can do if you have some extra eggs at home that you've
Exactly.
boiled.
Really good point. And then instead of using mayonnaise in this recipe, we're actually using hummus because it is a Mediterranean deviled egg. So this is just store-bought hummus, and this is just the original classic flavor. But you could certainly use any flavor you want, mix it up, and get creative.
Yes, they come in a lot of different flavors. There's pesto, there's sun-dried tomato, there's olive, there's garlic.
Pepper,
I mean, there's tons.
And I just added some olive oil. I'm going to add a little bit of snipped fresh oregano.
And you could certainly substitute a dried oregano if you have that as well.
And then some salt and pepper. And then I'm just going to mash this together with a fork.
And this is something, too, that you can easily get your kids involved with, whether they're old enough to kind of mash this up or maybe they can only fill, and that's really fun, too.
Right.
It's looking really good.
It is, and it's smelling really good.
All those heart-healthy fats. And we talked, too, about the nutrition of eggs. The cholesterol in eggs does not impact blood level cholesterol, so eggs are a really good for you food. There's no reason to be avoiding the yolk or anything like that.
Right.
It looks
so
good.
It's all coming together. And now we're ready to actually stuff our eggs. Now when it comes to stuffing deviled eggs, everyone has their own preferred method. You can use a fork, you can use a spoon. You could even put the filling in like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Cut off the corners so you kind of have your own little piping bag. Today we're just going to use a fork. So I'm going to try it with a couple of these. And it doesn't have to look perfect. It's part of the fun of it.
Especially if you have your guests making their own, or you have, like I mentioned, having the kids involved. Basically, you just got to get some filling in there, and it all tastes the same in the end.
Right. And that's a great point, too, is with all these different fillings and toppings, you could have a little deviled egg bar at your own party.
I love that idea.
Everyone could mix and match their own creations.
Great idea.
So we've got them filled, and we're just going to jazz them up a little bit with a sliced Kalamata olive, again with that Greek theme, and a little bit more snipped oregano just for a little bit of flair.
And you could definitely customize this as well. Maybe you have sun-dried tomatoes on hand. You could do some garlic.
Yes, and so look how pretty those are. And that was so easy and fun.
Yes.
All right.
I like it. Well, I'll move on to the next one that we have, which is the curried deviled eggs. So again, we took our yolks here. We mixed it up with some olive oil-based mayonnaise, so a little bit better mayo.
Yep.
Some Greek yogurt, some cumin, celery salt, and then, of course, curry.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take these here. I prefer to use a spoon. Everybody has their own way of doing it. Just filling them.
I really like the curry taste with these eggs, too. It just really works. This is actually one of my favorite deviled egg recipes that we've tried so far.
It smells so good. I'm a huge curry fan, so
yes,
really excited about this one. So this one we're topping with red grapes, sliced red grapes, just to give it that good sweetness.
And look how cute they are. I just cannot get over how cute all these eggs are that we've made so
And you
far.
could definitely garnish with more herbs and spices.
Yes, and this is also a really great way to practice cooking and just making food with different herbs because there's so many options out there for toppings and garnishes.
You can easily mix and match.
All right, lastly we have our avocado bacon ranch deviled eggs, which by far have been the biggest hit at our parties.
Who doesn't love bacon ranch?
I know. So our filling is egg yolks, avocados, a little bit of ranch dressing, a little bit of non-fat plain Greek yogurt, some green onions and salt and pepper.
And one thing too with using avocados, sometimes the filling does start to brown. But what you can do is you can just add an acid. So we use some freshly squeezed lime juice that seems to work really well, lemon juice, and that'll really prevent it from browning, especially if you're leaving them out for a while too, if you're entertaining or something like that.
Exactly. And what I love about using the avocado here is that we're adding some heart-healthy fats and not using so much things like sour cream or mayonnaise that would have more saturated fat.
Yeah, and a boost in nutrition.
Right.
Too.
So I'm kind of doing a BLT take on these eggs, adding some diced tomato. You could certainly use a half cherry tomato or whatever you
good
prefer.
idea.
And then just some strips of pre-cooked Godshall's turkey bacon, just to make it look a little bit prettier.
I like how you're crossing them too, like that. It
like a
looks
little
really
gourmet
nice.
egg. All right, I'm gonna set these on the plate.
And look at our platter. I mean,
It's so beautiful.
and we could keep going, make a whole bunch, but you have lots of options here.
Exactly, and that's one great thing with deviled eggs is you can make them ahead of time, and they'll stay looking pretty in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve to your guests.
Perfect. Well, I think we're ready to dig in, aren't we?
Absolutely. I'm gonna try a Greek one.
I'm going to try one of my creations here.
Oh my
love
gosh.
curry.
I know, this is so good. Such a fun new twist on deviled eggs.
I think I'd like to sample all of these.
Oh, that will be happening for sure. Well, we hope you give these excellent recipes a try at your next party.
And remember, you can always eat well with festival foods.